And that leads me to, everybody, my featured story of the night. Let's do this. All right, with that, I want to talk about DC a little bit. Of course, again, at CinemaCon, there's been so much stuff coming out. Well, the big thing that came out, well, there's two big things that I saw. I'm going to go quickly into the one thing and get into the Flash. But the first thing I want to talk about is Aquaman, because they released a teaser there. It didn't come out. They didn't show it anywhere besides there. But apparently, they showed Jason Momoa. Of course, we heard he was having a kid. He has a kid. He's like, how do I run this empire and do this? And it becomes like a buddy comedy with him and his stepbrother going out there trying to take down Black Manta. That's apparently what they're going to do with this. So, all right. And apparently Amber Heard is still on this because there are rumors back and forth they're going to cut her out after the whole Johnny Depp thing. Apparently she's still in it. She has this nice white dress, they say, in the trailer. And then, Jason Momoa.
So ironclad for them not to be able to get her out of that.
It must have been because she's still there. And they said she popped in a few times in this trailer. It said it's action packed and looked great. Patrick Wilson looked great. Jason Momoa looked good. They said everybody looked great across the board. So I mean, okay, cool. It sounds like it's like a comedy back and forth for me. I'm like, it might be fun. But then apparently the test screenings it was doing really bad, and so that's why people are like kind of nervous about it. So we'll see. But that came out, but also the big thing that came out was a new Flash trailer. And of course, it's the final one before it comes out. And everyone's been talking about it, and it becomes more of a Batman flick to me now. I'm watching this, and I'm like, we're really pushing Keaton here. Because, Ezra Miller, they have all these issues right now going on in the news. We've heard about what they've been going through between the choking women to, breaking into people's houses.
Yes.
Right? They just don't know what's happening anymore in their lives. So the thing is, like, everyone's torn on Ezra, I think, but they're saying that Ezra's performance is fantastic in this. That's the one thing coming out of CinemaCon. How great Ezra did playing all these different versions of the Flash, but also just being the character in general, because Ezra is very comedic. I actually like Ezra's performance as Flash a lot in the Justice League stuff. That makes sense to me, but you have someone so problematic, it's like, what do? You push him to the side, and you push that Keaton. Because, of course, Keaton is the man. So we push Keaton forward, and it becomes the Keaton show because it's been since 92 since he was wearing that cape and cowl. And so people are be geeking out about him in general. So you start with the voiceover with him, my parents, and you relate it back to how, he can save his parents, but Keaton couldn't save his parents. And that's where it comes on. It becomes nostalgia bait. And I'm all about it. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about it because I love me some Keaton. He's one of my favorite Batmen. So when I saw this, I'm like, fuck yeah, Keaton. And the more I see him, I'm like, fuck yeah, Keaton, do it. You get it, man. You're freaking kicking ass in your 70s. You get it. So the trailer looks good to me. Again, it's doing great. Everyone's talking about it online, how great it looks and how good it is, like across the board. Tom Cruise talked about it. I know, what's his opinion mean to everybody? Not much to some people, but Tom Cruise loves it, everybody. He's like, show me some more Flash. And the critics love it too. Even the people that hate on Marvel movies and DC movies and comic movies are saying it's great. So there it is. What do we think about it, though, as a collective here? I'm going to go to Sean first. I know Sean's probably itching at the bit here to talk about it. What do you think about the new Flash trailer? Does it excite you more about it? Because we've already talked about how we're excited about this because of Keaton. Does it excite you more, or does it make you just be like, okay, whatever, you're spoiling too much for me?
I feel like it's exactly that. I feel like they've really overplayed the Keaton of it all. I mean, when you give us in the trailer, you want to get nuts, let's get nuts. Like
I know.
Come on. Why would you spoil such a blatant, like, screaming, everyone, like yelling at the theater, at the TV, at the screen, like, why would you do that in the trailer? There's still a little bit we don't know about the movie, which I think is going to be fine, but the way that the marketing has just gone with the Flash it's just been less and less and less and more about Keaton and more about the fact that we have two Batman in the same movie. Yeah. We got to see Batfleck do a little bit more this time.
Get it, Batfleck.
So happy to see that. Still not clear how his role is. We don't know where Black Flash is. We know that he exists and that he's going to be in it because they made a damn toy about it, and that toy's already out on the shelves. Like
toys,
yeah,
spoiling shit all the time.
Toys
Dude, they really do.
Toys and Legos are like the big spoilers for all these kind of universes. But yes, I'm very excited. I'm still gonna go see it. I just have such low expectations and low like I just know that it's not going to be as Flash centric as it should be, and or I could be getting the wool pulled over my eyes by these trailers. Who knows?
It might be there might, and the thing is, like, people have been saying that saw it that there's a lot more stuff, surprises that you don't even know about that the trailers don't give away. And there's a lot of stuff they're not showing, and there's a bunch of big curveballs at the end apparently too. So maybe they're only showing us like an early couple fights, and then the big battles and stuff happen at the end with some crazy stuff. Who knows? I mean, I would hope that's what it is, because again, like you were saying, the nuts line. I mean, from the '89 Batman, I picture him like slamming shit down in that apartment and screaming, you want to get nuts, get nuts. And I'm like, it's great for this. Unfortunately, it was spoiled for me for a while ago because I heard about this line being in there when they were shooting. So it was spoiled for a long time for me because I know somebody that was working on it. So like I knew it was in there, and I was just like, so when I saw it, I'm like,
being in the business.
I know, but most people don't know that, And I saw it, and I was like, okay, all right, guys. But it's great. It's fun. It's effective for a trailer. It really is. With that pushing on him, it's very effective. And it's like, the Batwing stuff. I'm surprised they show the Batwing so much too, because him flying through the air, I'm like, how much are you spoiling here? Like, how much are you showing us ahead of time? Which trailers do too much these days. Rachel, what do you think about the trailer? What do you think about this whole concept with the Batman coming back, Michael Keaton, and the whole Ezra Miller situation?
I think they're taking every minute of Keaton and Batman-based footage they have and making the trailers it. Because they know that Ezra Miller is so unpopular that they have to market heavy on Batman for people to get into the seats. DC's dealing with a lot of really unpopular actors with both Aquaman and the Flash, so they're kind of dealt a hand here that they kind of have to advertise around.
And so much to deal with.
It's smart to go away from focusing on Ezra for the trailers. People are gonna kind of forget that he's there because they're so excited about seeing Keaton. So they're just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go see the Flash," which is actually really more Batman, but actually there's like 10 minutes of Batman in the movie.
I hope not. That's my worry. It's like that's the worry, is that because of everything that happened with Ezra, that it's like we have to show Batman to sell this movie. But I mean, hopefully he is in it such a substantial amount this won't spoil too much of it. I mean, it seems like he's integrated into it more than that. It does. It really does in the trailers. It really does seem like...
They might have had to do some reshoots and really kind of jam more of him in there.
He's definitely in there more than
a couple months ago.
Yeah, he's definitely in there more than Ben Affleck's Batman. I doubt we'll get the two of them doing like a who you, who me, Batman, you. Like, I don't think we're gonna get that. It would be lovely, but you give him something to do. But no, this is gonna be a Keaton-centric thing that's just gonna drive people to the theater to see that. And the bonus is you get to watch Ezra Miller, run around real quick, even though he runs a little weirdly.
There's definitely some weird running there. And that's what I was saying too. Maybe the kid was trying to emulate the weird running. I mean, maybe. I will tell you one thing that I thought was kind of cool, which I listened to this heavy spoilers, and like they do some stuff too. They really dive in. One thing that they caught over at heavy spoilers was there's a lineup where it shows like two Flash and Supergirl together, and the one Flash, his costume looks really weird. Well, apparently, if you look at it closely, it looks like it's Keaton's costume, and they spray painted it over to make it a Flash costume. Even cut the ears off too. So they kind of spoil that in there too in that trailer, but it looks really cool. Like, it's weird, but it's cool. It's something I can see happening in this, in this world. And the Batman costumes, too, are pretty cool. And they actually show Keaton's costumes because you see the 89 costumes there, the 92 costumes there. I say 89 because you actually see, like, in 89, his symbol gets smashed, and you can see it smashed in there, actually. The way the cape falls. This is some nerd shit right here, And then even, like, and the 92, how they changed the logo. And the logo in the 89 one, they had, like, little legs. Well, and then now in the 92 version, it doesn't have the legs. It has the OG yellow kind of symbol they were actually pushing in all the merchandise and all the advertising. That's there. So you can see the Keaton evolution from like where we saw him last till now, which is really sweet. It's really fun to see. And for me, it's like, okay, of course his costume's going to evolve a little bit. Of course it's going to change. He's been Batman kicking ass for all these years.
Have joint support for the arthritis.
You have to have that.
His neck. I mean, it's going to be a huge benefit.
It goes a long way. It goes a long way. But I think Ezra, regardless of all the shit with Ezra, I think Ezra looks great in this though too. And then the director was saying that Ezra's performance is amazing, and that's what the director kept saying. It's such a good performance, and it's very like not talking about any of the drama behind it, and even saying that they kind of hope for a sequel, and it's like they're not planning it. They said, but the idea is there that if it does well enough, they would love to do one. And it's like, do you think they can actually do a sequel to this? Even if this movie is fucking fantastic. Rachel, do you think they can do a sequel to this? Or do you think that because of all the drama with Ezra, it's dead in the water after this?
I think practicality-wise, it's better to just kind of cut it off because they're trying to do the whole new generation of DC anyway. James Gunn's really pushing for the new generation. So I think you just let it die with the rest of that whole era of DC, have a clean cut, move on.
Yeah, I just don't know how you can
don't need to say anything about it. They don't need to say it's because he sucks or anything like that. They just go, okay, we're taking the DC universe in a different direction.
Yeah, this is done. And I heard they cut out a lot of the they haven't shown these showings at CinemaCon and stuff. They didn't show the post-credit scenes or anything like that. I heard they actually took out a bunch that were supposed to be there before. That's probably what some of the reshoots were actually. And there was, rumors that Henry Cavill was supposed to be in here at one point as Superman, but that was been removed. They were saying Gal Gadot was supposed to be in here at one point, but that was removed. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know. Sean, what do you think? Do you think this has a future after this, or do you think that because of the Ezra situation, this is it? This is all we get?
I think they're not going to say it's because of the Ezra situation. It's really because of Papa Gunn coming in here and saying, no, I run the ship. This is going to be my whole thing. I've got the vision, Gods and Monsters for Volume 1, and then whatever else I've got planned. And I just don't see, I don't see how it comes back. And I think that's the whole point, too. If what we're being told this Flash movie is based on, the comic book series Flashpoint, that's what DC used to reboot the universe the last time. And it just makes sense that if we're getting the movie version of Flashpoint, this would also reboot the cinematic universe, and let Keaton have one more ride at it. Ezra gets one more ride at it. That's about it. I think we're not going to see these characters in the same way moving forward after this.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Keaton because after coming back, and that was the thing that was going around the internet too, was the fact that he came back because before WB was bought by Discovery Plus, he was going to be the new Batman again. So that's why the Batgirl, he was Batman in Batgirl, he was Batman in this, and they had other projects led. There was a Batman Beyond in production they were going to do, and he was going to be the Batman in there. So there was a bunch of projects that were going to happen that I would have loved to see him in Batman Beyond. That would have been fucking awesome. But you know what?
As much as I'm a fan of Pattinson, I would have been thrilled to see geriatric Batman's adventures. I think that would have been great.
I think Keaton in a Batman Beyond would be amazing. Especially just the way that character evolves into more of a mentor role, kind of a figure for the new Batman of Terry McGinnis. I think that'd be great. And also Battinson, Batfleck, Bat Keaton. This is awesome. This is just get more people to be Batman, I guess, at this point.
My question for you both before we skedaddle out of here, I want to ask you, do you think, because there is a rumor, and it's been going around for a long time, and we probably said it on here at one point before, but there's more traction coming with it since the showings. Is there a world where George Clooney pops up in this movie, being Batman again?
That would be.
Is there a world?
I think it'd be great.
I choose to live in that world.
No, Bat Clooney with the bat nipples. Let's go.
Bat nips. Come on.
Get him and the bat card. Never leave home without it.
The bat card. I mean, Chris O'Connell's not doing anything from what I know. He might be in some.
Bring him in.
Bring them in. Bring them all in, for God's sakes. You just say, and they're just all just waving at the end of, and you just pan out, and then it does like the real close, like yeah. And it's just all the Batman standing, side by side. I think that's fantastic.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Maybe they're eating dinner together. They're playing poker, maybe like Picard just ended. They're all playing poker together, and they're hanging out. All the bats together for one more ride.
The Flash breaks the time-space continuum. The bat signal goes up, and they all just show up.
I mean, James Gunn his ears are burning at this. This is fantastic.
Lots of ideas.
Lots of
He's
ideas.
watching the show right now. He's live in the
Friend
chat.
of the show,
James Gunn.
The show, James Gunn.
Friend of the show, James Gunn. But anyways, this came out. It makes me excited because of Keaton. I really have the same kind of thought that I hope this isn't it for him. I hope it's not like they're showing too much and it's like all the stuff that he's doing is in this trailer. Like there's a piece of every scene he's done. I hope that's not true. I hope there's so much more that they're not spoiling because of the whole Ezra situation. It seems like it's the easiest thing for the editor to do is like start throwing, back Keaton in there. Just show him. Just show him. That'll sell the movie. Because we gotta make our money back, and we have this big problem. They like him. They like him. They like him.
Look, he's here. I promise.
We love Michael Keaton, right? We love him, right? Let's want him right back because we love him. I hope that's not the case.
Yeah,
it does work for me.
Yeah, I'll be there.
I mean, it's doing great online. People are going nuts about it, so maybe that's the selling point, and then that's it. And he gets one last ride.